You might think 2026 is your year to lock in. The year you'll look back on and say, I finally managed to turn my life around. But that'll never happen if you don't fix the consumption trap. I made this video because I fell into this trap for years straight and wondered why my life wouldn't change. So I'm sharing what that trap is and how you can flip it in your favor to make 2026 your best year yet. You might think you're not falling into any trap, that you got your life all sorted out. But chances are you actually are falling into this one because it's not something that's easy to point out by yourself and even for seasoned self-help enthusiasts. A year or so ago, when I started on my self-improvement journey, I was going to the gym, journaling. I just started creating content. And I thought I was doing all the right things. But there was this bottleneck or ceiling that I'd hit that would stop me from really changing my core beliefs. Between my work sessions and when I was relaxing, I was consuming like shit. Brain rot, random reels, and even the news were feeding into this negative victim sort of mindset. That was when I realized I would never get anywhere without changing these core beliefs. And to change those beliefs, I needed to change what I was consuming. I haven't achieved what most people will call success, but my life has been dramatically better off for realizing that I'd fallen into the consumption trap and taking actionable steps to revert it. My main thesis for this video is that if you're consuming the wrong stuff, you won't get anywhere. And that is because of the value of attention. I already made a whole video about this. And the main point I wanted to get across there is that there's no point in having more time if you use it to do bad things. I used to read and watch the news. But the thing about that industry is that it's designed to be a bit of a doomsayer. It's designed to be a Debbie Downer about the world because that's what gets clicks, that's what gets engagement and ad revenue. And I started to realize that was bleeding into the way I thought about the world. If things like your email inbox, your social media feed, and even the podcasts you listen to are what you spend your attention on, eventually that repeated exposure will start to affect your core beliefs. Just the gentle pressure over time will start to mold you. And if that's the case, is it really worth cluttering your content diet with useless shit? I don't want you to take this and use it to torture yourself. Obviously, it's good to limit your consumption in total, but we're human. It's okay to be kind to yourself. So what we're looking for is a way to just slowly, gradually change your old content diet over time. But how exactly do you do that? As you probably know, most of our consumption or content diet is through an algorithm. And since algorithms are designed to feed you stuff you like and similar to what you've engaged with in the past, this opens the opportunity for you to purposely populate it with the things that you know will be conducive to your growth and success as a person. If they're designed to addict, why not at least make it semi-positive by populating it with that good stuff? To make this a bit more tangible and go a little bit more Naval Ravikant, I like to ask myself, what is the highest leverage thing I can spend my consumption on? And each month, in accordance with that list I make a conscious effort to reset my YouTube feed, cull useless subscriptions, and reflect on what pieces of content were worthwhile for me to consume, and then to adjust the first two accordingly. Of course, you don't have to do this to live a fulfilling and happy life. But if you do that and be a lot more intentional about what you're spending your precious attention and content diet on, I guarantee you'll be better informed and you'll make better use of your time as you're learning instead of mindlessly consuming. If you're the kind of person who watches my channel with any sort of consistency, that probably sounds pretty appealing to you. But if you kinda understand attention is the most important lever you can pull in making our days more focused, productive, and feel good, but you still need a deeper explanation as to why, click on this video and I'll see you on the other side.